Hello, everyone. We're going to keep this short and brief today. I just wanted to discuss a company that we're going to take a punt at. And I guess now is a good time as any to explain the Wingman portfolio. So I write it to the newsletter readers out there that it's not my total net worth, the Wingman portfolio, and it should not be perceived that way. It's not investment advice. It was a way for me to start a newsletter and to be accountable for looking at the news on a day-to-day basis. I chose companies I like, but I do have exposure to other companies in different portfolios. Um, for the Wingman portfolio, I'll show you who I have right now. I'm not afraid to show you. No. So I have a company called First Phosphate. They did a finance now 40 cents. They're seeing some pressure there. Our average is 36 cents. Lavers Gold, our average is 93 cents. They had a nice little run from insider buying, getting the market pretty excited. Today they did release some news on their Butia gold deposit, but I speculate because the news is not bad news at all. I speculate that there's some impatient hands waiting for the Facino the Posta deposit, and if we can learn more about that one. Anyway, it sold off by 9%. Not in a ton of volume, a little bit of volume, but all in all, I'm not disappointed in the results. We also have Fathom Nickel in the Wingman portfolio at an average of 17 cents. So it is nice to see this rebound in the last little bit here. Very strong day for Fathom Nickel. A lot of volume. Look at the average. Look at the volume. So financing must be closing. I'm not sure, but we're happy to see that the volume picked up and we're almost at break even. And the last company, the Sendero Resources. No, Sendero, we got an average of 39 cents. The full disclosure, like the Wingland portfolio is $15,000. Full disclosure, this company alone, between all of our accounts, we have 25,000 shares at an average of 39 cents a share. And it's kind of ironic. I'm going to be talking about a different copper company today for a punt, where this one we do have a large position. And maybe we're in the wrong for being so weighted in this stock. For one, they never drilled it. It's only been trading since October, though. And we won't go into this. This is not supposed to be about Sendero, but maybe our portfolio allocation is messed up because I'm really talking about a company where we're putting only $1,000 in. We bought about 14,000 shares at 7 cents today of Salazar Resources. And this is the one I wanted to mention today. I'll be very quick because the investment thesis is rather easy to explain. So, Salazar Resources is an Ecuadorian based exploration company. They have a 25% stake in a business in Ecuador called Curry Mining. Curry Mining is the one subsidiary or business or whatever you want to call it that is developing and owns the Aldomo Curry Pamba Ecuadorian deposit. This is a copper gold deposit, and they own 25%. Who owns the other 75%? It's Adventus Mining. I believe I opened up the corporate back there. Adventus Mining has been pretty busy with the news lately. For those of you who don't know, at the beginning of, I guess, near the end of November, they announced the merger of Luminex with Adventus. Luminex has Ross Beatty as a shareholder. They, after this merger, Adventus has quite the shareholder roster. They have the Lumina Group. They have Ecuadorian investors, Wheaton Precious Metals, Altius. The Ecuadorian investors I do want to touch on because this is, I believe, our second. I found it here. This is our second newsletter ever following the bounces ball, and we focused on Mark Turner. If you guys are familiar with Mark Turner, he writes the IPN blog. But he brought this to our attention, and we made a little post about it. But he brought, so here's the connection. So Ecuador, people might be thrown off, and there's a reason why it's trading at a discount. People are hesitant of the jurisdictional risk that this makes us feel rather confident. Advances in Salazar, like we said, or the Curry Pamna El Delmo deposit through Curry mining. Novus is a consort and a big investor in the project. Novus, derived from Nobola, Alvaro Nobola and family owns Novus. Daniel Nobola is Alvaro's son. So Alvaro owns Novus. Daniel is the son of Alvaro. And guess who just became president of Ecuador? Was Daniel Alvaro. So conflict of interest, maybe. I don't know if there's anything illegal about family owning business. I don't think there's anything illegal about it, but we do know that the president's son's father, or the president's father, is invested in this company. And since lately, there's been some great advancements on. Let me go back to this confusing. Great advancements on the project. So they completed the merger, and they received their environmental license for construction and operation. That's big in Latin America. Receiving an environmental license is a great de-risker. And just this, I guess it's last month, at the end of January, they achieved a major permitting milestone with the approval of the tailings storage facility. So they're getting things improved, they're de-risked in every step of the way. We are picking Salazar Resources as our punt here because, well, when you talk to penny stocks, the percentage changes can be great. I'm not saying Adventus won't re-rate, they should. But they own 25% and they don't need to pay up to, they don't need to contribute any further financing until construction is started. So all that upside, the Lassonde Curve, that value creation right before commercial production, they give that leverage to that Lassonde Curve movement from the financing and the de-risking of permits, all of the studies involved to get a project to production. They get all that upside and sitting free, and then the decision happens. Once they get into construction, they're gonna have to be obligated for some of it. But I'm gonna show you a video here from Val Powell. I'm gonna give him a shout out because he does good videos. Again, one of those people that have small subscribers but does good quality content. And this video that was 4 weeks ago, I'm pulling and gonna play a little clip for you here.
Here you're looking at just under 50 million US.
In other words, until you have paid 50 million in dividends, they will start to receive their 25%.
Yeah, but of course it's going to be more because there's an equity contribution to construct the mine.
So the debt is incurred in the joint venture, not on Adventus Mining.
Correct. The debt and the streaming is an obligation of Curry Mining, which is the Ecuadorian company that owns Curipamba, and we jointly own Curry Mining. So it's not just an Adventus, it's on both parties.
Would it make sense to acquire or merge with Salazar then?
At some point, yes.
That was a quick answer, but you foresee that to be before commercial production or after?
My feeling is it would be likely after we start construction, because then it's clear what Adventus's ultimate capital structure looks like.
So as you can see, just to summarize, let's get off the face that. So as you can see, the CEO of Adventus Mining replied rather promptly that it does make sense to merge or acquire Salazar Resources down the line, closer to construction decision once they get their finances in order. So in my view, Adventus does have some projects they could sell off to get their finance, and I believe they still need to come up with $30 million. I think they're shy of 30 million. So that's pretty much the last catalyst. If I'm not mistaken, I believe by the end of May, because if you go to Twitter, you'll see that the CEO of Adventus is pretty active, and he tells you exactly what he's gonna do. And he said next up we sell assets to make up the difference. They have the assets; they can extract value from that. And regardless, I don't see Salazar having to do anything to experience that Lassonde Curve movement. And again, we only put in $1,000. We're expecting to get $2,000 out of it. But with a 7 cent average, you can easily get that 1,000 become 3,000. Again, it's not any recommendation to buy or sell any type of security. We just want to show you how our brain works in the space, what to look for, and really, it's that simple of a thesis. Again, we're not putting in nearly as much as some plays were exposed to, and maybe that's on us. Maybe this one deserves a higher allocation. For us, we're putting $1,000 in. Let's see what happens. But seems like Ecuador wants this project to happen. They got a great team of people back in Adventus, so it's a compelling story. We're gonna take a punt at it. We won't waste any more of your time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Until next time, take care.